The final few seconds before you lean in to pet your dog can shape the next few months of your dog's trust. In that tiny window, most owners accidentally turn an ordinary sniff and sneeze into a stress signal that gets ignored. You feel the warm breath on your knuckles. You see the nose sweep your sleeve. Then you hear that quick sneeze, and you watch the head turn away. You think you are being friendly, but your dog does not understand friendliness as an idea. Your dog understands pressure, distance, and whether you stay predictable. The golden rule of dog communication is this: behavior is information, not attitude. Board-certified veterinary behaviorists and major welfare groups describe sneezing, lip-licking, and looking away as displacement or calming signals when a dog feels conflicted or overstimulated. You can picture the common mistake. You reach over the head anyway, your hand drops fast, and your dog learns that sneezing does not change the pressure. To fix this, you run a baseline test before you react. You note distance, body softness, tail carriage, ear position, and mouth tension. Then you move one step closer and watch whether the sneeze repeats. Once you treat the sneeze as data, you can sort it into the right bucket. The first bucket is a trust check. Seconds before you touch, your dog must gather information, and sniffing is the fastest way to do it. If you stay calm and predictable, the sneeze can be a tiny release, like your dog shaking off extra energy. The second bucket is a space request. Your dog sniffs because you are already close, then sneezes and angles away to reduce social pressure. You can hack this system by watching the reapproach. Soft eyes, a loose spine, and a curved return toward you usually means trust. A stiff neck, a closed mouth, and a head turn that stays turned usually means space. Many trainers and behavior clinicians point out that dogs avoid direct conflict, and they offer subtle signals before stronger ones. By the time you keep leaning in after the sneeze, your dog may back up, lick lips, or freeze, because the polite option failed. To fix both meanings with one move, you use a consent test. You touch the chest or side for 2 seconds, then you pause. If your dog re-engages, you continue. If your dog drifts away, you stop. You are not scanning a badge at a door. You are asking for permission. Once you can respect space, you can spot when the sneeze is actually excitement, not fear. Now you widen the lens, because not every sneeze is emotional conflict. Meaning 3 is excitement overflow. The sniff spikes arousal, the body loads up, and the sneeze vents energy. You often see it at greetings, leash time, or right before you grab the keys. Meaning 4 is play punctuation. Some dogs sneeze during play to keep the mood friendly, especially when you see play bows, bouncy feet, and loose, wiggly turns. The sneeze is not rudeness. It is a social safety label, meaning 5 is environmental irritation. Dust, perfume, cleaning sprays, pollen, or even a collar rubbing can trigger a sneeze right after sniffing you. Veterinary guidance often separates behavioral sneezes from medical sneezing by patterns like persistence, nasal discharge, and repeated bouts that do not match context. You can imagine the trap: you change an air freshener, your dog sneezes near you, and you label it as attitude, while your dog is just reacting to a chemical cloud. To fix it today, you run a 3-part check. First, you look for play context and loose movement. Second, you look for irritation signs like pawing at the nose, watery eyes, or repeated sneezes. Third, you change one variable, like removing a scent or switching detergent, and you observe. If it is not play or irritation, the next layer is stress you accidentally create in daily routines. This is the layer that quietly drains trust, meaning 6 is conflict stress. Your dog wants contact, but your dog also feels unsure, so you see sniff, sneeze, then a freeze or a look away. You think you are reassuring, but your dog does not understand it's fine. Your dog understands whether the pressure stops, meaning 7 is handling sensitivity. The sneeze shows up right before or after touch near the head, collar, paws, or when you loom over the body. Behavior science calls this trigger stacking. Stressors add up, thresholds drop, and small things suddenly feel big. You can picture the day: delivery trucks, visitors, a noisy walk, and then your evening cuddle becomes the final straw. To fix conflict, you build a predictable approach. You come from the side. You crouch instead of hovering. You offer an open palm at knee level, and you wait for your dog to close the distance. Then you pet low on the body, not on top of the head. To fix handling sensitivity, you use a microplan. You pair a brief collar touch with a treat. You stop before the sneeze repeats. You build duration slowly because your dog learns safety through repetition, not speeches. Once you reduce conflict, you can identify the sneezes that are actually about resources and boundaries. Meaning 8 is resource pressure. The sniff happens near food, toys, couch space, or a doorway, and the sneeze is a displacement behavior when your dog feels conflicted about sharing or being moved. Meaning 9 is learned communication. Your dog learns that sniffing then sneezing makes you back off, laugh, or change direction, so it becomes a reliable tool. Many behavior professionals recommend addressing guarding and boundary behaviors early with management and positive reinforcement, because rehearsed tension becomes a habit. You can imagine the risky pattern. You keep testing by taking items, and the sneeze becomes the polite warning before something sharper. To fix it today, you use a 60-second routine. You pause your movement after the sneeze. You soften your posture and angle away. You offer a choice by stepping back or tossing a treat away from you. You reapproach only if your dog reinitiates. Then you manage resources with trade games and clear rules for couch access. This is the concept that changes everything. You are not trying to stop sneezing. You are trying to lower the need for it. If this changed the way you view greeting your dog, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. We don't do generic advice here. We translate subtle behavior into clear, repeatable routines that build trust fast. Let me know in the comments, when does your dog sniff you and sneeze most, greetings, play, or when you reach to pet? Until next time, take it slow and stay consistent.